Tonight, warning, new rules deleting YouTube channels. Is your channel safe? You will see some termination shockers tonight. Second point, inauthentic content policy. Knowledge is power. We are going to teach you about a new policy and how to stay safe. Are you at risk? We're going to show you the hit list. We're going to show you the hit list. The hidden description, danger. You do not want to miss this step. It's very important. The survival strategy, how to future-proof your channel. We're going to cover that tonight. Takeaway. We say the best for last. You do not want to miss this step. Let's get on the show tonight. You should be looking at this thumbnail. You should be looking at this thumbnail tonight, and you should be able to move forward with it. Okay, let me go ahead and show you the agenda, and we get started. So the entire screen, and share. There you go. I described what we were going to do. Now I'm going to show you the agenda for tonight. Just like I stated, these are the 6 steps we're going to look at tonight. Let's start with the first one. Is your channel safe? YouTube have issued termination notices for major AI channel like Cuentos Caliente. They had 5.9 million subscribers, and also another channel called Imperio de Jesus, also with 4.7 million views, got wiped out. The reason why, they call it AI slap. These aren't just a strike, but complete termination for inauthentic behavior, meaning no second chances, no appeal. So how do you know? You could go into YouTube, ChatGPT, anywhere you want to, and ask the question, why was the YouTube channel Cuento Caliente deleted? And you'll be able to see this information. This removal was part of a major crackdown by YouTube on what has been termed AI slap. And so here is large scale takedown of channel. YouTube cited violation of policy regarding spam, deceptive practice, low quality repetitive content. I've been speaking of repetitive content over and over, so this is one of the reasons why. Why crackdown? And this is not the only channel. A lot of channels have been removed. Now they are trying to be rebuilt, so if you go search for Cuentos Caliente, you might still find them trying to come back with a different strategy. But if you search for this question, why was Cuento Caliente deleted, you'll get the whole story from YouTube. That just from today, that's in the news today. So that was a shocker. I'm not even close to 5.9 million subs, or I don't even have close to 4.7 billion views. If they could wipe out a channel that big, imagine smaller channel that are just trying to start, and it's using AI slap, using AI now. AI by itself is not banned. I think it's what they term low quality and repetitive content is what's really banned. So you have to read more, stay with me, and I'll show you more things that will allow you to keep you safe. Okay? Breaking down the inauthentic content policy. There are a lot of people using template clone trap, using the same background loop with a slightly different AI script. For example, scary stories. If you ever seen those, Reddit reading, that was something very popular at one point. They are now flagged as spam. So if you've seen those or you have those, you may want to change strategy if you haven't been, so your channel has not been deleted. AI metadata scanning, YouTube 2026, pattern recognition, spot mass generated format from tools like Suno, ChatGPT, and Gemini. You see a lot of automation going on YouTube. People say automate your channel, create 1,000 shorts in one day, and they just kind of, there are tools to actually do that. So what this is saying is that YouTube recognize that as a pattern, and they have been targeting those channels for that. So for example, if you're using a mass generated AI slideshow, you are at risk. However, if you use a mass generated, massively produced AI slide with slide edited AI assist documentary, you might be safe. But once again, so that shows you that AI by itself is not really banned. It's just certain practices like using metadata, pattern scanning, using the same sort of tools to create multiple videos at the same time. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? So the inauthentic content is really the opposite of what YouTube wants, right? They want you to create authentic content. Obviously there are things like last night I talked about, looking at your competitors and trying to assimilate what they are doing, but that's a different story. You don't want to copy their content. You basically you could learn from your competitors, you could learn from what people are doing, but you cannot copy what they're doing. And for example, they're adding another dimension that said, if you're using one of the many templates that are out there, they can in fact ban your channel. So be careful with that, right? So the question is, are you at risk? What is a hit list? What are we talking about? So Suno Music Purge. Thousands of channels that were uploading AI generated music playlists with static images. You've seen those before. Completely wiped out. There was a person that was online the other day, says she lost something like 5,000 watch hours because she had that sort of approach, and also all of her subscriber got wiped out. Like for example, if you have a channel that meets this criteria, let's say you have 2,000 subscribers, out of that video or that set of videos, and they get wiped out, all the subscribers will go away, along with the watch hours that you have for it. So in the normal condition, you may have been able to monetize the channel, or you were already monetized. But if YouTube comes back and wipe those watch hours and wiped away those views and those videos, you might get demonetized completely if you're lucky, and you still have your channel, but you will get demonetized. So they started wiping out channel in January of 2026. Now it's now April. So there are a lot more examples, and if you go in there, you'll find out that a lot of people, they're not complaining, they just understanding, they were shocked of the fact that their channel got wiped out, and they're giving a lot of advice as to what they did and what not to do. And that is one. If you have AI generated music playlists with static images, like for example, the one that I recall the best, this person had like a beach background image in the background of video running in a loop, and then they had a AI generated music playlist at the same time. So basically they would play that for like 24 hours, and they will get massive number of watch hours doing that. But YouTube says, nope, we don't need that kind of content. So they completely wiped out all her hours of watch time, and they completely closed out that video. So you have to start from scratch. So what's another one? Hyper-realistic deep fake. The new rule for likeness detention. If you are using a celebrity voice or fake or face, even for satire without disclaimer, the channel is flagged. Now, what is a disclaimer, right? So I put the one here that I recently used in one of my videos. Let me see if I can find it. So this video, let me see if I can find the details. Oh, it's over here. So I put this disclaimer here. It said, this video audio was created using artificial intelligence. The image and likeness of Mr. Beast are synthesized and do not represent the actual person, nor does the content imply an endorsement or affiliation with Mr. Beast. You could read the rest. So if you're using, it looked a little bit, it's a watercolor likeness of Mr. Beast. So I figured that I'd be safe, and I add a disclaimer to it. So if you're using this same kind of approach, that you have somebody that is a celebrity and you're using their likeness or their voice, you want to have some sort of disclaimer. Now, let me have my own disclaimer here. The information that I just provided to you in this event and a future video is for information purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. No attorney-client relationship exists. Laws vary by jurisdiction. Please consult a qualified legal professional regarding your specific situation. So just because I ask you I share with you my disclaimer, the one that I use. I want to be sure you understand I'm not giving you legal advice. So that's why you have this disclaimer here. So it's important that when you write your script, when you have your shows and you appear to be telling people things that appears to be legal in nature, you may want to basically provide a disclaimer in the video and then your live stream for that particular purpose. If you have any comment about using or not using disclaimer, leave me a comment on the video down here. Really appreciate it. And if it help you, by the way, I do give you permission. If you want to use the same disclaimer that I'm using, go for it. It's available. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put this disclaimer on my description, both of these. I'm going to put it on the description, and basically, as a matter of fact, maybe you could just do it right now. That way you have it available in case you want to use something similar to that. Like I said, these are my disclaimer, and you should consult a legal professional if you want to do something similar. See what show we have tonight. I think this is the one that we're doing tonight. I'm gonna put it right here for now. I haven't done the SEO for this live stream yet, but there you go. So you have it right now available on my live stream, and you have it on my description for the live stream. You can go ahead and use it in the future if you like to do something similar, but no guarantees that this is going to work for you. Right? This is what I feel comfortable with. Now, we're talking about hyper-realistic deep fake, okay? So let's talk about one example. Supercat is a channel, and the question here is, why did it get deleted? You know, it was removed for low effort AI animation. I am not going to show you the channel because I don't want to get in trouble looking at somebody else's work. But if you ask Gemini, which I did, why was Super Cat League recently removed, it will give you an explanation. And this has to do with platform maintenance policy. I don't know if you know this or not, but there is a maintenance policy. There's a requirement that if you have a YouTube channel or YouTube account that you use it, and here they're talking about infrequent update of that platform. It hasn't been updated for the last 3 years, minimum download threshold, and it gives you the reasons why. Okay, I'm not going to read all this copyright issue, but so again, there's another reason why this massive channel got deleted. So YouTube is not playing; they're actually going out there and deleting channel for multiple reasons. This happened to be one. Now, this is something that I use. I use an avatar sometimes for my videos. So there's a crackdown on AI avatar. If you're just reading and scraping news deadlines without any original reporting or commentary, you could use AI. As a matter of AI is really good, but you have to be sure that you are not just reading somebody else's headlines without providing any original reporting or commentary. If it's your avatar doing commentary on a video and with your own video, somebody else's video, it seems to me that it is allowed. Now, I personally don't do commentaries on other people's video. I do commentaries on my own video. So therefore, it is important that you know when to use avatar and when not to use avatar. You see avatars on my videos as part of the video itself, and you see avatar included as part of, just regular commentary. Let me see if I can find a video real quick to give you an example. This is not the best example ever, but at least it's an example that you could take, that you could look at how I use my avatar. Let me see if this is the one. So that is my own avatar. It's not the best because the voice is not synced that well. But in reality, I was commenting on a series of videos that I just posted. Because I'm my own comment, my own commentary, and commenting on my own videos. So that is a good way to use avatar. But I leave it up to you. I know some of us, a lot of us use avatars to comment on videos. So that's one good way to actually do that. Now the next one is something that you don't want to miss. The hidden description danger, right? The external link trap. There are many videos that promise you X, Y, and Z, and they're actually trying to sell you something, or they want you to go click on the site. You could download something that will help you to do your job better. Now, YouTube see those as sketchy, right? Offering a free load in a site which is not a YouTube site, it's been deemed as sketchy because it's an unverified AI tool, and that's triggering scam and deception and deletion of your channel or the video. So you see it all the time. All these big YouTubers, they want to take you from YouTube to their platform so they could give you information, but actually they want to take you out of YouTube so they have more of your data so they could sell you more things in the future, creating their own emailing list, etc. So it's not as illegal, but it's being tagged as sketchy and potentially, if it's not verified, could be triggered the scam detection, deception, and possibly deletion. Now, disclosure. Now, this is one that if you're using AI and you fail to check the alter content box, and I'll show you where that is in a minute. Let me see if I have it here. Okay, back to this channel. Sometimes I'm missing myself. I have to go back to double check. Yeah, so you see right here. If you are using AI for anything, and I use AI for my title, my thumbnail, my script, my avatar, so I usually mark yes. People tell you that kind of people say, oh, they might go away if you mark it. If you mark it alter content, but I seen the warning. It usually comes in at the beginning of the video on the upper right side. It's not really that onerous. And now, if you're using YouTube and you don't understand that we're using AI to generate a lot of the images that we have, I'm not so sure what you're looking for, because most of YouTube, not all of it, but most of YouTube uses AI for one thing or another. There are channels that are strictly live event and they don't use AI at all. But at the end of the day, is 90. I don't have any statistics, so I'm not going to cite it. But most people use AI, and if you're using it, you simply mark yes. You're not going to get penalized by YouTube. You are going to get penalized if you don't use it and you make a real person appear to say something or do something they didn't do or say. You alter footage of a real event or place, you generate a realistic looking scene that didn't actually occur. So if you do any of those bullets in there and you don't mark this box, you could be in trouble by YouTube. You could be in serious trouble. Now, they're going to call it misleading content strike. That's what you're going to get for that. But it's real simple. It's real simple. You just click here and you move forward. And you're not going to get, my research says, my own personal research says, the YouTube is not going to penalize you for marking the alter content flag right here. You only get penalized if you fail to disclose these 3 activities at all. If you don't mark anything here or you say no when you actually did, that's when you get in trouble. So you have to check in the alter content label on YouTube. Is very, very important. And like I said, you will not get penalized. So like I said, creator will forget to check the box on a realistic generated AI background may receive a misleading content strike. Now that's going to impact your video, like I was talking before. If you have a strikes, you might just be able to fix the problem real quick, but until you fix it, that's why the people start talking about YouTube shadow banning your channel, because until they're not sure what's going on, so they might slow down pushing your video forward, so all your videos forward. So you may see the term shadow banning your channel, which if you did not listen to my live broadcast a few days ago, you're missing something special, because it will teach you what that means and how to avoid it and things of that nature. This is another reason why you avoid it. If you receive the flag, quickly go in there and fix it. Okay. Now, the inactivity of ghost channel purge, right? That goes back to what we talked here. Back here, we talk about inactivities, right? It's the same kind of thing. Okay, the maintenance flag is the same kind of issue, right? It deal with inactivity. So the policy is, if you don't move for 2 years, Google may delete your account. They might send you an email. They may not. I think they do. And then they could delete your account. I don't know if they do it automatically, but they could. And they have been deleting accounts that are older than 2 years. Account with public video are usually exempt from deletion. For domain brand account used only for commenting and subscribing are being wiped out. There are people that like to have a separate account where they go in there and they make comments on other people's video, anonymously, and they use it just for that purpose only, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But those are being looked at and they are being taken out. So what do you do? So you can search for that on again in ChatGPT, Gemini, or any things of that sort. Is if your account has been inactive for 18 to 24 months, you want to do one of these steps right here. Post a private video. If you don't want to post for the public, and you have a private video that you created, just go ahead and post that. Make it private, make it unlisted, and that kind of keeps your account active within that 18 to 2 years zone. Okay. You want to leave a comment on your backup account on the video, even on your own channel, main channel content. So use your backup channel to make a comment on your main channel from there. Although people saying that YouTube looks at that stuff, but it's better to save your backup channel than to let it be wiped out by not using it, right? You can also create a playlist from your videos or other people's video and you can modify the library, which signal that you are actively using the account. To subscribe to a channel, you can also use it to subscribe to another channel, your own main channel, other channels. So all this activity here can be used to maintain your channel active, your backup channel. Now, why do you want to do that? Remember, you're using your main channel and something happened to your main channel, like it gets deleted, you just have a backup that you can start using it and you don't have to start from scratch. That'll be one reason for that. And there are many reasons. You have different activities that you want to keep separately. That's why you kind of do that. At least that's why I do that. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to have backup YouTube channel. Inaction via Google services. Now, they say that I use Google Drive quite a bit, and I use Gmail, and I use Google Search. So if you use those services, you can also, your channel, your account will be safe. But remember, if you got 5 accounts, that means that you have to use Google Drive for 5 accounts. You have to use the Gmail for 5 accounts. You have to use Search in 5 accounts, which could be burdensome, right? But once again, if you need all those accounts, you probably are using it and shouldn't be a problem. Right? If you're not using it, they get wiped out. Probably there's nothing wrong with it for you, except that if you have data there, like in your Google Drive, you have important data that kind of could be a problematic, right? You don't want that to happen. So automation reminder, right? So you could send yourself, you could go and search on Google for Inactive Account Manager. You could set up calendar alerts to remind you of that. You could do security verification with also the channel, update the recovery information, check your 2-factor authentication. So once again, there's a lot of stuff you could do. You go back over there, and for example, these things here, like the security verification, you should be doing those anyway, because if somebody inadvertently uses your channel, and you have, and they will contact you on your recovery channel. That way you keep track of what's going on. So that's very, very important that you do that. So now this is a pro tip here. If you verify using your phone, that's something that you could do. But I think YouTube now only allows like 3 channel per phones. So if you have more than 3, I believe you may have to use a second phone for that, like your kid's phone, your wife, whatever. So, but that's kind of could be a problem. But it's a limited amount of channel you could have per phone number. But if your channel is important, you want to be tied to your phone. Okay. So far we're talking about 4 different items. Let's go back to the agenda, right? We talked about, is your channel safe? We talked about termination of some big accounts, right? We talked about why they got terminated. Hopefully you learn from that so you can avoid being terminated. We talked about inauthentic content policy. We gave you knowledge so you have the power to control the destiny of your channel, control the destiny of your content, and not be at risk, right? If you also, we gave you a hit list for those channels that are at risk. And you could, if you're doing that kind of work, if you're doing that kind of work in YouTube, you may want to change your disposition and change the trajectory of your channel. It's not too late. You might lose some watch hours, you might lose some subscribers, but at least you won't lose your channel. Now, the hidden description danger, I think that's the next one we're going to talk about. And I said you do not want to miss this step because it is hidden, it is different, something that you don't want to miss. Let's go, it's right here. And I think it's, by the way, we talked about this already, is the sketchy free download that you get from people and how that's marked as a scam deception, right? So actually what you want to, the part that I want to talk about is this one here. So how to survive that, right? How to survive what we just talked about, how to survive, go back to the top, apologize for that. How to survive determination, how to survive the inauthentic content policy. If you're not at risk, if you're at risk, you got some step you could take, which is basically begin to change your disposition and begin to change the content that you are publishing on YouTube. You might fall back some content, but in reality, or some watch hours and some subscriber, but at least you will not lose your channel. It's like today, I always go back and look at my video and have something that was published several years ago. I say, this one is somewhat questionable, dealing with a copyright issue. So I just made it private. You don't have to delete anything. You will keep all your video, basically put it private, public, non-public, and basically it's still available. You can still enjoy it, and you might lose a little bit. And a lot of times, some of those old videos, they did not give you that many subscribers. They didn't give you that many watch hours, so therefore you're not really losing anything. That was the case with me. I was more at risk by having content that could potentially be deemed copyrightable content than I was at losing watch hours, and I was about using subscribers. So for that reason, go look at your old videos, and if there's any question as to the validity of the content that you put out there, if it matches any of the description that we talked about today, get rid of it. If you change your habit, and let's figure out what to do in the future to foolproof your channel for the future. Let's go back to that right now. Survival strategy. Right. So what YouTube is recommending, add a human in the loop, right? So they call it the human in the loop model. Meaning, when you must have an original commentary, right? Unique editing, unique personal perspective, and an AI tool. So I'm going to add to that and saying basically, if you can use your own video, whenever possible, if you can use your own voice, but certainly use your own commentary or your own perspective. You could use AI tools to help you, but it's a process that cannot be automated, right? Now they talk about it, this channel called The Pursuit of One. I'm gonna try to find it for you. The only concern that I have is that the first few minutes, they had like an advertisement on it, so I'm gonna see if I could skip through that. And they're saying this niche is a philosophical storytelling. It's thriving because AI is for art, for human soul, for the script, right? So I don't know what that means by the human soul in the script, meaning that a human created a script, which is great. And most of us, we create a script or modify, we use AI as a tool. We don't depend solely on AI. But I think that's what I mean. Let's see if we can find this channel and see listen to a few clips from it. Actually, I'm not gonna do that because I don't have permission to use the channel. So, but if I don't show you how to do it. If you go here, if you go Pursuit of Wonder, and you open up a YouTube, unfortunately you know how to do that. You go to the search bar here, you'll be able to see that channel and you'll be able to see what they mean by that. I cannot go over there because I don't have permission to display even a small clip of the video, and I don't want to get hit by copyright violation. But that's how you do it. They're saying is use AI for art, for other human soul, to your script writing. And if you can, I would add, try to capture your own voice as part of the video. I'm trying to do more and more of that for my video. Try to capture a commentary or portion of it as part of my video. And I'm gonna get better at doing that in the future, but that's something that when I started, I was not doing. I was just basically getting AI, putting and posting it. So, which a lot of my work is still contain AI, but I do the disclosure and things of that nature. And basically, in the future though, I'm gonna try to add the human soul to not only my script writing, but also to my voiceover. I know this is my other addition. I'm gonna call it here voiceover too. Voiceover. If you cannot, some of us may be concerned because our quality of our voice may not be the best. Like in my case, I recently had an operation and my voice quality is not the best, but it gets better every day. And I'm quite sure with practice, we should be able to improve upon that. This is a good opportunity to become part of the video, even if it's your avatar, even if it's your voice. But certainly, it'll be your soul will be as part of the script. We know that for certain. Now, diversification. Every creator needs an email list or a safety platform like Patreon or Discord. I don't have Patreon, but I have Discord. And besides the fact it's a good platform, and they say you need that in case of a false positive flag. What is a false positive flag? You say, okay. So every platform, including YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, are at the mercy of a black box event. Basically, somehow you could be hacked. You could be shadow banned. You could mistakenly be terminated. And if any of that happened, you lose all your work. Like, for example, there was a case that I read yesterday where a person got his chapter deleted for one of the many reasons that I just speak of here. And he said he understood why he did not disagree with it, but he had video of a family member, and that family member was no longer with us, and therefore he wanted to have those videos back, and he didn't have backup for it. So once they get deleted, you got nowhere to get it back from YouTube. So that's the reason why it is recommended that you have a backup platform to take it to list your video on, so that in case that you get blacklisted, that you get shadow banned, that you get hacked, or that YouTube get hacked, you still have access to your video. I do have some backup measure for myself, but I still, that's something that has to be part of my daily process, and I'm trying to get better at it. I recommend that you develop a process for using your own videos on that and backing up your video to other platforms like Patreon or Discord. Now, Patreon offers other services that you could get paid for it, but Discord is free. So far, I'm using it. So far, it's free. You might be able to develop your own community on that. Most people, a lot of people are using it, which is a good idea. So, like I said, they might give you more value or deeper value. Like, for example, email and Patreon, the lower rich, high intent for dedicated supporter. You get to the point where you get supported on YouTube, and they'll give you funds to continue on your journey. Or you have sponsors, and they'll give you a fund to continue on your journey. And basically, if you use also the system, also the platform, you will be able to maintain your videos in the event of an emergency, or an event of a black box event. In addition to that, ownership of your data. When you use a major social platform, they own the data. They know who your audience is, what they like, and where they live, and they sell that access back to advertisers like YouTube. That's how they give you money. So they have all your data collected about your video and about your subscriber. That's how they make money. When you have other external devices like Discord or mailing list, having your own list allows you to understand the community better. You can pull them directly, segment them of interest, and you can kind of tailor your content for them. So there's a lot of different benefit of that. And here, a comparison of 3 platforms: email list, Discord, and Patreon. The primary uses for the email list is to the direct broadcasting to your subscriber. You can sell products, newsletters, and insurance to them. Discord, community interaction, real-time feedback, networking, and high engagement with fans. You could have phone calls with them. You could share video. You could share comments. This is a very good community. I belong to a couple of communities within Discord, and I get information from them, and they share information with me, which is good. Patreon, recurring revenue, financial stability, and exclusive behind-the-scene access. A lot of the YouTubers use this one to post video there first to the exclusive subscriber, or to the people that provide revenues to them. They get an exclusive first look. Then they post it on YouTube. So it's another way to generate revenue when you are actually in the revenue phase of your journey. So this is an important phase right here, right? Not from the perspective of backup, having a backup for your work. which is very important. You know, when you start, you say, I only have a few videos, not a big deal. But once you get bigger, you may have hundreds of videos, and basically you spend a lot of time putting together the information, a lot of time capturing the data. You don't want to lose it. So having that as a backup is a very good idea, right? And then also from the benefit that you get, for example, if you're gonna post a video, like, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. My next video, like this one is not ready yet, but this one here, today is the 3rd. Schedule is premiere on the except for a premiere tomorrow, right? So this is something that I would send an email blast to my subscriber, to my people, my emailing list, to say, hey, I'm posting this video. It will be live at I think it's 9 o'clock tomorrow. Between 6 and 8 tomorrow. Appreciate it if you look at it, if you kind of join me to comment on that. People will join you and you get more viewers, more subscribers, more watch hours that way. So having an emailing list is important to you, that would allow you to do that. You directly contact your subscribers, and you provide them information, and you ask them to join you in a venture, to join you in watching your next video, to join you in perhaps buying products and services so that you can earn additional money. So very important to have that. Discord community, let me see, mine's active right now. She's active. Oh, here it is. So this is what it looks like. I'm not gonna open it up real quick. I'm not gonna spend any time on that basically. So you have several of them. You belong to certain communities and stuff like that. And you could explore and save your videos to it. And you could get real-time feedback and network with the people within it. The one that I showed you sort of was the entrance to it. So I have 3 accounts there that I'm able to, because there are certain activities, like it has a very powerful AI generation for videos and for images that you could use for free, but it's limited. You could do 3 videos per day, per 24-hour period. But the thing is, if you have multiple accounts, like for example, I have 3 accounts, so in reality, I could do 9 per day, and I use that to create certain types of videos where you have voice and image. Like for my avatar, it's probably the best tool that I have to create, to sync the voice of my avatar. But anyway, neither here nor there. Now, I do not have Patreon, but I'm fully aware of the financial stability that it provides based on commentary that I have received from other YouTubers. Okay. Now, the takeaways. And what did I say about the takeaways? If you hear you are a champion, say, we say the best for last. Do not miss this step, right? So if you're here right now, thank you for staying with us. Now I'm going to share with you the takeaways. The 3 golden rules. Number 1, always disclose AI. And I show you how to do that, right? We went back to the video. And if you're using AI, all you have to do basically is update this flag right here. If you don't, I mean, it's such a simple task to do. If you don't, that could get you in trouble. Now add 50% plus 50% human voice. So 50% AI, that's what I was saying, if you want to talk about. It's one formula, 3 more or less, plus original human value. Value, in terms of value doesn't mean voice, right? It means value, right? It means that you take the AI, you take the script that you received, right? You write your script, and basically then you manipulate it for the goal that you want it to achieve, right? You change it, you update it, you have that original human value added to it. There's a saying, probably true, that AI makes a mistake. So you also have to check the validity of some of the data that is being put out. Like for example, today when I was doing the research, I wasn't that much familiar with this channel. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with the Super Cat League channel. So instead of taking my research for granted, I went out to all the tools, right? I say, okay, tell me about the Super Cat League removal. Tell me the reasons why. So now I had 2 different tools telling me the similar information, right? So you have to research the information that you receive from your AI tool for the script, for example. So that's what they're saying, 50% AI plus 50% original human value, right? After you disclose that you're using AI, then you have to say, this is a work that you have to do, is that don't take AI for granted, but use AI responsibly and add a human touch to it, right? The third and final golden rule, check your external links. Like for example, originally I had external links to my website where I was accepting donation. I decided to take it off, even though it was a Google account, going to another Google account. I decided to separate it from most of my video because it was trying to take my subscriber from one portion of YouTube to another platform, even though it was another YouTube platform, and it probably looks okay. I decided you don't want to do that because I wanted to keep everybody within YouTube. I wanted them to look at my next video rather than going to an external source for that information. So 3 golden rules: always disclose AI, and I'll show you how to do that. Add 50% AI plus 50% human value. And they're talking about basically on your script writing, in your thumbnail design, in your title design. That's where the human brain needs to be engaged. And you need to validate and verify the information you get from AI. And you have to double check and research the information you get from AI. Now, and also finally, out of that, check your external link. So I think I made this. We say the best for last. So do not miss it. And if you didn't miss it, go back to this. If you didn't miss it, now you have some information that could be extremely valuable to you in your journey in YouTube, right? So now, they also say, there was another message here. Missing content. Right. That says, give me 1 second. So, the era of easy money using AI is over. The era of easy AI money is over. The era of high quality creative has returned. Right? So that's the message for you to take home. With that being said, I'd like to say good night. Thank you for being with us tonight, and we'll join us again tomorrow. Good night, everyone.